continue our lecture on HTML, that is Hypertext Markup Language. This is what we've done on that day. We have these different heading levels, H1, H2 to H6, and then we discussed about bold, italic, and underline. And we can see the output here on the right-hand side of the page, right? Today, I told you on that day that we need two different things in order to do HTML. One is that we need one text editor. That is, it could be a Notepad or a Notepad++, and we need one web browser. It could be Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or Internet Explorer, right? So it could be anything. We want both the things, a text editor and a web browser. And I told you on that day that in text editor, like we were having Notepad and Notepad++, we'd be telling something about Notepad++ as well. Here, if you take a look at whatever we have written here, it's quite plain, no? There are no tabs here, no spacing in the beginning, even the coloring is not there, right? So I'll be telling you about Notepad++ today. Let's see a little bit about that. First of all, this is the look of Notepad++, right? As you can see, it supports many languages. See all these letters, they denote the name of the languages from where they start. For example, now we have to do HTML. If you go to H, we can see this and HTML, right? And if you go for J, you can see Java, JavaScript, JSON, JSP, right? If you go for V, it's Visual Basic and Prolog, Verilog, okay, and so on. So it supports many languages. Even you can see here C, C++, C Sharp, COBOL, okay, CSS. Many things you can do here. Well, let's begin. First of all, how will you get this? You have to go to the Internet Explorer or Google Chrome. Here you have to type here Notepad++, and as you can see, you get this, the very first link at the top of the page, downloads Notepad++. Now when you click on this, you'll get something like this, okay? Now the latest release is at the top. You can just click it and download it. Since I'm having already with me, so I won't be doing this. So you download it and then you can open it like so. So this is the first page which is open here right now. Let me tell you some of the features here. First of all, you need to choose a language. So you go to H and go to HTML, right? Now it won't do anything actually. It'll just give a color coding to the tag so that you come to know where one tag starts and where it ends, right? Let's start. You'll get an idea about what we are doing. We start with HTML, and see what happens when I end a tag. I get this negative sign here. This means that you can collapse it and you can expand it, right? Similarly, if I click on HTML, you can see that it gives a color coding and it gives a background also, right? Indicating that it starts from here and it ends here, right? Secondly, you can press Control from your keyboard and move your mouse ball in order to zoom in or zoom out. Okay, if you don't like it from here, you can use these buttons as well. This is zoom out and this is zoom in. Okay, so no need to increase the font or something, just zoom in or zoom out according to whatever you require. Okay, then after this, as you can see, if I enter here head, right, and I end with the head, see, the moment I write head, it gives a color coding. You can see these red brackets here, right? This indicates it starts from here and it ends here. Okay, then let's move on. After that, what do we type? Body, right? And whenever I will end with the body, you can see again it gives you a color coding. See, if I click on HTML, it tells me starts here, it ends here. If I click on head, it tells me from where it starts and then similarly the case with the body. Similarly, if I type a title and title ends, right? So See how easy it is to work with this. Next important thing is that you can see that they're on the same level, right? You can see this red line also on the left hand side. This also indicates that its scope starts from here and it ends here. Similarly, if I click on body, see this red line on the left hand side, it starts from here and it ends here, right? Another thing is your indentation. Indentation is the space from the left hand side edge of the page. Now you can see all are at the same level, right? HTML head, title, body. So it becomes somewhat difficult to make out where each one's level is, okay? So what we do is we start from here and we select till here. We press tab from the keyboard, see? Whatever we selected, it came to the right. Similarly, title also. Now see how easy it becomes. We click on HTML. You see this red line? It goes from here. So that means this is the scope. Then we click on head. See this red line, this dotted line. This also indicates that this is the scope of this head tag. We click on title. Again, see this red line in between. Okay. Similarly, body. See the red line, dotted line. That indicates that this is the scope of the body tag. Okay. Next, you can see that you have these negative signs here. So this means that you can collapse a tag, or you can expand a tag. Okay. Now, for example, if I type some title here, right, this is the title. Now, if I don't want to see this head tag at all because it's occupying space on my web on the screen, right? So what I can do is I can just switch off the title, maybe like this. You can see this horizontal line coming here. This indicates that some text is hidden here. Or if I want, I can altogether hide this head. See, that gives me a lot of space to work on the screen. Okay, so that way it is beneficial. See, all right. Then we have some other things here which are quite useful. Whatever I have typed here on the screen, I told you that this is the wording which you have to type everything. This piece of code you have to type every time you start with the HTML coding. So you can go to macro here and click on start recording, right? Imagine there is nothing written here. Okay, I delete everything and then I start recording. So I go to macro and I click on start recording. Now let us type something. Right, then we have the body. Now after typing this, now this is the basic format of HTML, right? So after doing this recording, let us go to macro and stop recording. Okay, you can even save it if you like. Now imagine that I go to a new class and I want everything to be written with me. Then I'll go to run and I'll click on, sorry, I'll go to macro and click on playback. Okay, see this? Everything is typed for us. It's ready for us to type. Okay, so we can concentrate on a job rather than typing the basic format every time. Okay, so this is another advantage of Notepad++. Okay, then as in the last lecture, you might have seen that whenever we uh, make a new file, HTML file, we need to save it with .htm or .html extension, right? So here also, now that you know that I have selected the language HTML, you can see these dots indicating that, okay? So I want to save it right now. So I'll click on save and see how it helps me now also. You can see the type of the file down here, it's already selected for me. Okay, so I can just write some name. Okay, so it gives me extension, see, .htm here, .html here, right? Let's go to HTML or folder and click on save. All right, so this is a good tool, you try it. All right. Okay, let's continue. We did on that day how to insert some heading labels here. Let's write some heading here first of all. Let's do with h1 and h1 ends. So we have got a heading. Now let us suppose I want to draw a horizontal line here. So I told you on that day that we have some empty tags like BR and HR. BR is used to leave a line and start from the beginning of the next line. And HR was the tag which we used for drawing a horizontal line. Okay, so do remember that HR is used to draw a horizontal line. Okay, so let's do only this much. We have saved it and let's run it. Let's run it here. See how we have got our heading. So this is the heading, and if I just maximize it, you can see this horizontal line running right through across the page, right? So this is the heading, this is the H1 heading tag, and this line is due to the HR. Okay. Now, after this, let's return back to HR. We also discussed that each tag is having its own attributes, right? So if I want to change some attributes of HR, attributes are simply properties, okay? You want to change the behavior of a tag, you add some properties or add some attributes and you can change the behavior of that particular tag. Let's start it with HR also. Now you can see that this horizontal line is covering the full width of the page. Okay, so I want to stop that. That's why let us give it a width of, let's say, 200 pixels. Let's save it and refresh it. You can see that this is now only 200 pixels, and by default it'll always be in the center of the page. Okay, and if you want to change it, let's make it 250. And if you want to change some of the alignment of this, let's write align is equal to left. Now let's see what happens. You can see that the line is now covering only 250 pixels in width and it is aligned on the left. Similarly, you can also try for the right alignment of this. See, it's gone on the right. All right. So now our alignment is left here. Okay. Now it is quite possible that I need a little bit thicker line. So in order to do that, let's write the size. And what is the size? It's in pixels, okay? So let's give it a size of, let's say, 5 pixels. Okay. See, it is a little bit thicker now. If you want to show it, then let it be 10, it will be more prominent. See, this is 10 now. Then, now because I'm not able to see it quite clearly, so what I can do is I can write color is equal to red. See, now our line is in red color. Similarly, if I don't want any shade, then I can just write no shade. See, now there's no shade of it. All right, now we come to the paragraph tag, which is our next tag. Let's leave it just like this. And now we need some paragraph. So the easiest way to write a paragraph is you can go to a Word document, open this Word document, and you might have done in your lower classes that if you need some random text, you can just write equal to RAND. You can see it like this, equal to RAND, and opening and closing round bracket, and you press enter. You can see some paragraphs popping up. See, let's copy 4 paragraphs till here, and let's copy and go to our HTML, and let's start with the paragraph. Now paragraph tag starts with a P and definitely ends with a /P. We want another paragraph, then we need another paragraph, so basically we want 4 paragraphs. Okay, I'll just tell you why. Okay, now in a Word, let's copy one by one. This is one paragraph. Okay, and let's paste this here. Similarly, let's copy another paragraph, this one, paste it here. Similarly, let's copy another one, paste it here. Then let's copy a 4th one, and paste it here. Okay, now let's go to our web browser and see what we have got. See, now if you take a look at this first paragraph, you can see that it is left aligned. You can see a straight line on the left hand side. Yeah, let me just increase the font. See this left side, we have a straight line on the left hand side, whereas on the right hand side it is haphazard, right? It's not a straight line. So this means that this is a left aligned paragraph. Same is the case with the other paragraphs also. You can see here. See, if I just select it, you can see on the left hand side you get a straight line in the selected portion, and on the right hand side you're not getting it, right? So all these paragraphs right now, they are left aligned. Okay, now this is the reason why we had copied 4 paragraphs here. And how do you come to know that one paragraph has ended and another one has started? You can see this line here. See, this is the first paragraph ending here, and one line, and after that they have started with the next line, right? So this blank line in between indicates that one paragraph has ended and another one has started, right? So let's come to the first paragraph here on the left hand side. Let me increase it. See, now paragraph, and if you write a line is equal to left, that we all know that this is a default alignment of the paragraph tag. Okay, similarly, if you write here a line is equal to center, see the spellings of center I'm using, then it will be center aligned. If I write a line is equal to right, it will be right aligned. And if I go here and write here a line is equal to justify, then this will be a justified text. Let's see what it all means. On the right hand side, when you see after this is the heading and this red HR tag, and I press F5. See here, if I select it, you can see that on the left hand side you're getting a straight line. This, even if you don't write a line is equal to left, it's going to be left aligned because this is the default alignment of the paragraph. And on the right hand side you're not getting a straight line in this selection, right? So this means that this is a left aligned paragraph. Let's move down. Here, if I select it, you can see that whatever pattern you get on the left hand side, the same pattern you're getting on the right hand side. Okay. And so what is it? This is a center aligned paragraph. And then how to define it? You can just imagine an imaginary line in the center of the page. Okay. So this paragraph is a mirror image of the right hand side or the left hand side. Okay. So it is symmetrical about an imaginary center line in the page. All right. Similarly, if you come down, let's just select it. Now you can see that you get a straight line on the right hand side and you're not getting a straight line on the left hand side. Okay. So then that means that this is a right aligned paragraph. Similarly, when you come down and select the fourth paragraph, you can see that it is having a straight line on the left hand side and a straight line on the right hand side. So what is happening here is that the text is adjusting the space between the two words or between the two letters so that you get a straight line on the left hand side and you get a straight line on the right hand side. Okay, so the books are printed this way. If you see, yeah, this is a justified text. Let's do it again. This is left side, this is left aligned, this is center aligned, this is right aligned, and this is justified text. All right, I hope that the concepts are clear. Please practice it till you get it right, okay?